Hello. Excuse me. Hello and welcome to Give It a Year, my podcast diary. It is Tuesday, February 10th, I believe. Let me just double check. Yes, it's the 10th, 2026. My name is Jenny Q. This is a podcast diary, which means there is no specific agenda other than for me to have a space to share. And today, this is going to be truly a diary. Today's episode is called Unexpected, and it is basically going to be a brain dump. It has been quite the week, and I just wanted to kind of share that with you guys. And I say you guys, I don't even know if I have regular listeners. But if you are a regular listener and you've discovered this later or recently or currently or whatever, because today is very spontaneous and very unscripted, I am going to promise you that it is not going to be longer than 15, maybe 20 minutes long. Maybe not even 20, but yeah, so I'm going to slip out the music because I like to just use that for the intro and the extra of what I do. So it has been a week since my last episode. And before I run on about that, I just want to remind everyone my 4 podcast promises are in my description. They are the parameters and sort of the basis of this podcast. And, so my podcast promises include me leaving a question for you guys to ponder and also leaving this on the upside, of positivity and everything. And that is because I've figured out my purpose in life is I need to leave pockets of positive space wherever I go. And, I think I do it fairly good, really good, bad language, bad English, but, I think overall I do it well. But this week, today specifically, I'm having a bit of a struggle. And because this is a podcast diary and this is a positive space, I was contemplating, does that mean I always have to be happy? And I don't think that's true. And today I'm going to have a little more of a serious tone, but I think I can still maintain the space to be positive. So, it's going to be framed obviously in the experience of my week. If you don't know me, my name's Jenny Q. I'm an artist and author. I work as a support worker in a respite program for children. I have my own personal journey, as we all do. I'm a Canadian, and all of these things may not seem to matter, but they do, especially in the last week that I've had. And I'm going to sort of touch on sort of every little things. And here's why I'm calling this week Unexpected, and I'm telling you this because it's the purpose of this episode today. I call it Unexpected because I have had a very difficult week. I have had a very challenging few days since the weekend at my job, and since then, today's Tuesday. Today is rolled around. And in my head, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do my podcast. And, I normally would think, oh, I have to do it because people are expecting me to do it. And I realized it's not that I need to do it because I think someone's going to be listening. I needed to do it because this is something I feel that is important. And it is not just important for you, but it's important for me. Just because, in our world today, there is, going off of last week's theme of sucked into scrolling. When I personally am having a bad week, when I get sucked into scrolling, it intensifies because I am trying to find a place where I can be seen. I am trying to find a place where I can fit my discomforts or fit my struggles or fit who I am and be able to know that I can come out the other side. And it's just interesting to me. Okay, like even right now, I'm struggling a little bit, but this is why I wanted to do this episode. So we are 5 minutes in and I haven't really been clear about anything. So I'm just going to recap my week, and then I'm going to, my last week, and then I'm going to talk about the upside, because there is an upside, and then I'm going to leave you with a question, and then I'm going to go. So, my week, briefly in 20 seconds or less is, so last Tuesday, I'm not going to go day by day, but in the last week, I worked the weekend at my job. I work with kids, and I obviously will not go into specifics, but, there was one of the children got hurt. There was an accident and there was some stuff that happened, and I was there, obviously. And it's really hit me in a level that I was not expecting. And not only did it hit me in a level that I didn't expect, it opened up some old trauma, some old things in me. And it was unexpected that this one thing has stirred up so much. It was expected to be upsetting, the results of what happened at work, but I have been in tears. I've been waking up in anxiety. I have been struggling, and it's funny because I am currently doing a push-up challenge to help raise awareness for mental health. And the funny thing is, as I do the challenge, it is actually helping me get through this mental health hurdle that I am experiencing right now. And when I'm in this mental health hurdle that I am in right now, I realize I've not got the energy or the capacity or the focus to do artwork or to push my workshops or to do these things that are what I envision my way to provide those pockets of positive space for people. And it's how I'm envisioning I contribute to the world. Yet, also in this week, today specifically, I went and I volunteered at an MP's office. And an MP, if you don't know that abbreviation, is a member of parliament. So I went to volunteer at an MP's office, because in Canada there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and I want to get involved, in my community with an MP so I can contribute and help those in our community. I don't really have a need to wave a flag for a specific party. I just know that our world and our country are going through a lot of stuff right now, and I want to be part of the team to be there to help support people. So that's pretty cool. And what was unexpected, okay, here's the theme, unexpected, obviously. What was unexpected is when I went there today, they asked me to just help sort out a table and do some organization and help with some office supply stuff. And when I left, they were actually quite sincere, and they thanked me for my time, and they thanked me for coming in, and I thought, it may not seem like something important or political or whatever, but me being there and helping organize that, or just even just showing up, was enough to be appreciated. And I think that's what was unexpected. And when I left, I actually felt really good, and I'm excited to know that I'll be volunteering with the office again on Monday, actually. But so I now have a new place to connect and potentially make a difference. Yesterday, Monday, I am part of a community that is incredible. I got connected to it through my coach. I have a coach who's helped me through some health stuff. Not like a doctor or psychologist, like a coach, like a workout coach for your health, physical health. And she's amazing, and she has an online community, and she invited me to lead, I guess it's a call. It's an online group chat meeting thing. And she invited me to pick a topic and to talk about it and to teach about it. And what was unexpected afterwards, when I finished, is I sat in the office and I thought, me, Jenny, just did a thing about healthy eating And I just taught people about how to make healthy food choices. I mean, based on my coach's stuff, of course. But I got to sit there and teach and share. It's pretty cool, pretty wild. I mean, I am not an athlete by any means, but it was pretty cool. So, yeah. So I think I covered the 4 things that were unexpected this week. I was unexpected in the accident at work. That was definitely unexpected. And it's got me in a tailspin. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, it's got me in a bit of a tailspin. I led a session for an hour regarding healthy eating, including I put together a slideshow on Canva and all that, and I did that. I volunteered at an MP's office, and I'm doing, I don't know if I said this, I'm doing a push-up challenge to help raise awareness for mental health and the Canadian Mental Health Association of Canada. It's a challenge. Anyone can sign up, but I've signed up and I'm committed, and I've met each daily challenge, which is a set number of push-ups each day. So, yeah, that's quite the week. And my other goals, I'm not even going to go into them. They don't matter. So I guess what's unexpected is the fact that I am so driven to be here tonight to share this with you, because it doesn't connect, it doesn't make sense, and I don't feel like it matters to anyone listening. I will go back, like I said earlier, and I will scroll and I will try and find where I can fit in and where I can impact and whatever. So I guess what's unexpected is I did a Facebook Live today, and I was actually hoping for a much higher engagement, and I had one friend respond. Actually, I had 2 friends respond. And these are friends who I don't hang out with in person. These are people who I've connected with, and I do consider them both friends. But it's fascinating to me that they are the only 2 that actually commented on my live, of which I was very open and vulnerable, and I shared why I was doing the push-up challenge. And it just struck me that in that moment, that was okay, because as I talk about in almost every episode I share with you guys, we all have our own individual influence and magic and power within us. And I forget that includes me. And I have this self-imposed expectation that I'm going to have this huge impact and this huge influence, but maybe I'm not. I'm not going to be a Mel Robbins. I'm not going to be a Jim Rohn. I'm not even going to be a Doug Dane, I am going to be Jenny, and maybe Jenny is just a quiet and subtle little bubble of energy that maybe will only impact 1 or 2 people in this world, and maybe that's enough. And as I sit here and I ramble on, and I'm going to try and wrap this up very quickly, I guess what's unexpected is that I am out doing all these things that seem unconnected, but I think what connects everything I do is that I want to make a difference, but I forget that I also want to make a difference to myself, and I want to push myself, and I think I try to live as an example, because I think that there's a whole community of people in the world who get missed because they aren't the ones, so I'm going to say this inappropriately, they are not the ones who are having the extreme struggles, and there are people who have extreme struggles in the world, and they deserve attention, and they deserve the support. And this group of people, they have their own struggles, but then they're also not the ones who they're capable and they have capacity, but they are not the ones who are going to be seen as the saviors or the leaders or whatever, And somehow they're in the middle. We are in the middle. And what is becoming clear to me is when someone feels invisible and unseen and like they don't matter, it deflates any of the good they're doing. And that's me specifically right now. And I think I wanted to hop on to do this podcast today because it matters to me. And maybe that's enough. And maybe there's one other person who has been watching and listening to my podcasts. And maybe this will matter to them, and that's fine. And maybe that's all it needs to do. So, my self-revelation is this. The accident at work opened up a lot of my old beliefs that I'm not worthy and that I should be banished and that I should disappear and that I don't matter. And at the same time, I cause problems and that I am the problem and that I don't deserve all the good things in my life. And that's what I'm struggling with. But then when you look in the same thing, in the same period, when I reflect on what's gone on in this last week, I also have stood up and gone to volunteer at an MP's office. I haven't done anything, but I'm taking the action to hopefully make a difference. That counts. I helped out with a presentation yesterday and I was told it went well. That could make a difference and it could matter. It does matter. And the push-up challenge. I have a goal to raise money, but I think there's real coolness in the fact that it is actually helping me go through what I'm going through and hopefully will help others. And so I will continue to post regardless of the fact that I'm not getting much of a response or engagement. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is, what I say every week is what we do matters. And here's the uplifting part. And, we all struggle. I mean, that's just a given. Everybody struggles. It doesn't matter if you're Donald Trump or you're me or you're Mark Carney, who's our prime minister. It doesn't matter if you're a rock star. It doesn't matter if you're a scientist or an astronaut or the butcher down the street. It doesn't matter who you are. We all struggle. We all have challenges. And the struggles are the life lessons, right? They're life lessons. And the great thing is, if you're at a place where you can take those life lessons and you can learn from those life lessons, you often have a human desire and need to teach those lessons and to help other people and to be examples and do these things. And I think that's why the world is so full of so many things on the internet and why there's so much to look at online, good and bad, right? So struggles are the seeds of life. Struggles are the seeds of life. So either you're learning or you're teaching. You've either learned from them and you're helping others, or you're in the mix of it and you are learning. And if you choose not to learn, if you choose to close yourself off, then those are the people who struggle and fall, and those are the people who need those of us who are getting the lessons, who are learning, and to uplift them. So, as tragic as what happened at work happened, it is in a place where things are okay, and there's huge lessons to learn. And it is forcing me to see myself inside and face some truths. And once you know the truths, you can change, and you can move forward, and you can grow, and you can help others. And I think that's it. I think I truly am trying to live that whole provide pockets of positive space in this world. And I think I'm underestimating how much when I volunteer or I do my podcast or I do my posts, I think I forget that there are probably people watching. And I don't need that validation. And I seek that validation. I want to know it's out there, but I don't need it. And I just need to trust that what I do does matter, just like what I know what you do matters. So, wrapping this up, I'm going to say and share. Heck, let's bring the music back as I give you the question. Okay. There we go. There's today's music. So I'm going to wrap this up. Here's the question for this week, and then I will wrap up. Here is the question. Where are you with what you're struggling with? I'm not even going to ask if you're struggling with. We all struggle with something. It can be little, it can be big, it could be anywhere in between. So, where are you with your struggles this week? Are you in a position where you've learned from them? Are you in a position where you are in the process of learning? Or are you in a process with your struggles where you're just in battle with it and you're fighting it? Or you're under its thumb, as they say, and you're just living the struggle, which is okay. That's all part of it. You can't learn a lesson unless you have the experience. So let's recap the question. Where are you with the struggles you're having? Are you experiencing them? Are you learning from them? Or are you leading from the knowledge that you've gained? So, and wherever you are in your struggles, like me, it's good. Don't let it destroy you. Don't let it break you down. Just know that you're in a process. And struggles are the things we all have. Unexpected truth there, huh? Anyway, take that question with yourself. See if it helps you. See if it gives you something to think about. And my philosophy, as I always say, and I'm going to apply it more to me today than I usually do in my episodes. I am going to share my smile. I am going to share my love, and I am going to share my laughter. Because I cannot forget that I make a difference. I cannot forget that despite making huge mistakes at work, I am still Jenny, and I still have lots to offer, and my job is only one component of my life, and it doesn't, just like everything else, doesn't define me. My mistakes are my struggles. They're harsh struggles, and they're teaching me, and that is why I'm showing up. That is why I'm doing the push-up challenge. That is why I'm volunteering at an MP office. That is why I'm stepping up with the group that has helped me achieve my health goals. Because struggles are awesome. So, to you now, the person listening, just remember you are amazing and great and wonderful in your own way. And please, until I see you next week, be sure that you share your smile, share your love, and share your laughter. Because even if we each only make the difference in one other person's life, if we all do that, everyone makes a difference in someone's life. And on a scale worldwide, that is huge. We may not see it. We may not be able to put it on YouTube. But it's a fact. You can just feel it. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you to Podbean for having this platform. And thank you to myself for being driven to want to come out and do this. Anyway, if you lasted this long, thank you for staying. Please drop me a comment. And I will be back next week. No matter what. I wasn't sure I was going to be here this week, so I'm here. Yay! Have a great night, day, afternoon, whenever you listen to this. Bye for now.